Greetings, I am Herbert Erpaderp, and today we're going to have a look at what's in this box. Some say it's the new Tiger 1 early production in 72nd scale from Vespid Models. They probably say that because that's what it is. This is the Lucky Tiger Special Edition. I'm not entirely sure what makes it a Lucky Special Tiger, at least it doesn't seem to tell us that, but I'm assuming that it's the metal gun and 3D printed muzzle brake. The sides of the box highlight a few of the cool details the kit has, like partial interiors. Looking at the box is all well and good, but most of us are probably here to see what's inside the box. Let's start with the hull, which looks very nice indeed. If you've seen any of the other kits Vespid offers, this isn't really surprising. They are a fairly new company, and it seems like they're aiming to be known for great detail, and I would say they're succeeding. The lower hull section even has torsion bars moulded in. I don't think they'll be visible once the hull is together, and there doesn't seem to be any other internal detail for the fighting compartment, but it is still pretty cool. Here are some turret parts. The turret body is, well, it's a Tiger turret, isn't it? It looks how it's supposed to look. There are some very nice detail around the welds and cut metal parts. The commander's cupola wasn't on a sprue, so here it is. Very cupola. And the stowage bin for the turret, which was also not on a sprue. I'm not sure if that means it's a special Lucky Tiger part or what, but it does look good, and that's really what matters. Here's a pair of sprues with all the wheels and tracks. All 7,000 of the wheels.
Clearly you can't count, Herbert.
The wheels do look really good, as do the tracks. So far the Vespid kits I've built have had decent tracks, and they look rather good, but often they've been a little bit less than perfect, I'll say. Not horrible, but not perfect. Maybe this time they'll go together with no issue at all. We'll see. This sprue has a good variety of doodads, including a turret roof, a couple of different mantlet options, and the FIFL air filters for the variant that has those. Is it FIFL or FIFL? Who knows? Probably nobody. The air filters would be for paint option 1, and the instructions tell us which parts to use based on the paint options. The parts in this kit look pretty neat, which is also unsurprising if you've seen any of the other Vespid kits. Not a lot of cleanup is going to be required, though some of it is going to be kind of fiddly, mostly because of the small size of some of the parts. Some examples of which you can probably see here. There are quite a few small parts. Not that that's a bad thing, of course, or even a surprise. This is, after all, a relatively small scale. It also has a fairly high level of detail, so small bits are to be expected. The good thing is that most of these small bits don't look like they're going to cause a lot of trouble when it comes to cleaning them up. The mold lines are minimal, and there's no visible flash, so as long as you are careful, it should be fine. Famous last words? Maybe. We'll find out when I build it. The kit does include a metal gun, but it also has a very nice looking single part plastic gun, the end of which has been slide molded, which I always appreciate. There's also a small machine gun barrel that's been slide molded. That's a detail that really adds a lot. The first thing I noticed on this sprue is the tow cables, which are very thin, and I really hope I don't break them. Still, I would prefer this over the string or wire towing cables I've encountered on other models recently, including the Vespid Centurion. The rest of the parts here look really good, but you probably don't need me to tell you that. It's fairly obvious. And there are even more thin, small bits here. I'm sure some of these are going to be at least a little bit frustrating to deal with, but I don't expect them to be too bad. Tweezers and a steady hand will probably be an asset, and, well, I have tweezers. Those radiator fans look really nice. I really hope they'll be visible once the model is together. And here's the main gun with the 3D printed muzzle brake. For some reason, the barrel comes as 2 parts. I'm not anticipating this to be a problem at all, and it does look really nice, but it does also mean that beyond the likelihood of needing a bit of a cleanup, the single part plastic barrel is probably going to be a bit easier to install. Still, this is the one I'll be using. And here's the photo etch. If you've been around my channel for a while, you'll know that I'm not the biggest fan of this stuff, but this doesn't look too bad, especially in comparison with the last Vespid kit I built, the Australian Centurion. It does look like there's a couple of bends we'll need to make here, but it doesn't look like it's going to drive me too insane. Famous last words again? Watch the build streams to find out if I do in fact go insane.
No, you don't have far to go, ha ha ha!
True that. Decals. They look suitable. I don't have a lot to say about them really. I've not used any Vespid decals before, so I can't speak of their quality, but they do look good. And finally, the instruction booklet. It looks a lot like all of the other Vespid instruction booklets, which I think is a good thing. There's colour, it's a reasonable size, and it's stapled in the middle. All things that Herbert likes when it comes to instruction booklets. The instruction diagrams themselves seem clear and easy enough to understand. Obviously, having not yet built the model, I haven't found any errors or things that cause me confusion, but if and when I do, I'll let you know in the build video, or live on stream. There's 3 painting suggestions at the back of the booklet, the first of which has the air filters, the other 2 being the other variant you can build. I've not yet chosen which variant I'm going to build. I'll probably decide that when it comes up in the instructions. Anyway, that's what's in the box. I'm rather looking forward to this build. It looks like it's going to be a little bit less fiddly than the Vespid Centurion was. It is still going to be a bit fiddly owing to all of those small parts, but the comparative simplicity of the photo etch makes me feel more confident that this kit is going to have fewer moments of annoyance. That's the hope anyway. I think it's going to be a fun build, and I'm excited to get started. It feels like it's been a really long time since I've built a Tiger, and who doesn't like Tigers? I mean, they're common, but why not build another one? The level of detail this kit has means that it's probably going to be one of the more detailed Tiger kits out there, especially in 70-second scale. I don't know exactly when I'm going to start building this, but it is going to be soon. Probably very early in the new year, that being 2024, for those who may be watching in the future. I'm going to build this on my morning streams, and I will be streaming to both Twitch and YouTube, but as best I can tell, there isn't a scheduled calendar thing on YouTube. There is one on Twitch though. It's linked in the description, and conveniently, it converts itself to your local time. There will also be notifications on Discord, of course. It would be awesome to see you in chat. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them in the comment section below. Subscribe if you want to see more, support on Patreon or Ko-fi if you're able, and check out some of the links in the description. Take care of yourselves, be excellent to each other, and thanks for watching. Farewell.